Welcome to Wealthy Mind, where we talk about all things finances, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the surprising. Hello and welcome to Wealthy Mind. I am your host, Misty Rosegold, International Success Coach. And here at Wealthy Mind, we love to help you create and maintain a wealthy mind. Today, I have with me Charlie Stivers. Did I say that correctly?
That is correct. I missed it.
Yay, go me. Anybody who's been listening to the podcast knows that I can fumble on some names once in a while. So,
Yeah, that's normal.
like with Jeff from SDR, I had to go back and I recorded him saying his name so that I could actually say his last name correctly.
Yeah, is it Ellison? Elison? Yeah.
Elison. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, right, right. I finally got it. I was like, okay, I just recorded him, so now I'm gonna take a screen or like a little video of him saying his name, and I finally got it. So thank you for coming on the show. I am super excited for this conversation. You are my first crypto expert. So love it, love it, love it. It's a hot topic right now and a touchy topic. So please tell us the name of your company.
My name is Charlie Stivers with Goose Magazine, and we publish print and digital content about digital assets, blockchain technology, and of course, cryptocurrency.
A magazine. That's different. Do
I
tell.
know, right? And
Yeah.
it's and it's actually print.
It's
And
not just digital.
it is both. Yeah. Our
Ah.
digital is in over 40 countries, which is fascinating to see those analytics. And print is through controlled circulation. So we have a very high-end look and feel. When I started it, my vision was Rob Report magazine meets Weiss ratings of crypto or Web3, they call it.
Hmm.
And that is, I think we nailed it very well, but we distribute the print to private jet charter fleets, luxury and high-end resorts and hotels. And we can even hyper target very specific areas like Wall Street,
Hmm.
500,000 and above earners, things like that.
Awesome. So I just saw your recent cover. Jeff Eliason is on that cover with SDR Ventures. You guys go back and listen to his episodes. We had 4 episodes together. He's amazing. One of my business professional referral partner people, right? So love him. He's incredible. And now Charlie is having the joy of working with Jeff. So like Jeff is doing amazing things through a very what seems like transactional space. He is a the CEO of an M&A company, mergers and acquisitions, right? So it deals with high level business sales. Love it. Awesome. Wonderful guy. And I'm so glad that you get to work with him too. Like, it's super cool. So thank you for showing me the cover with Jeff on it. It's like, oh, I want a coffee.
Well, and just in transparency, that was so we gave a whole presentation to them, and that was a mock cover so they could see more what we do. And through our audio app, I also
Mm.
did a sponsored by SDR Ventures as well.
Aw.
So that was a fun demonstration of what we're able to do as a magazine.
Well, I still want a copy of that mock cover. I don't care if it's a mock cover or not. I just want
Right?
it.
I'll send it to you so you could like, oh, look what I saw.
I know. I'll be like, hey, Jeff. Oh, that's super cool. So there's a million things that we could talk about today with crypto because so many people know a lot about it. So many people know nothing about it. But Today what really stands out to me with the time that we're going through, what everybody's experiencing, well, not everybody, but the majority of the public, it's a time of uncertainty. There can be a lot of fear floating around out there in regards to money, crypto. So, how can you help people find confidence in cryptocurrency? There's so many scams. Like, walk us through that. What does that look like on your end? How are you different from the scammers? How are you different from other companies? Maybe let's build that confidence. Let's build that trust, right? Because it's always this question mark. It's like, crypto, really? What do I do with it?
Right. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because when I'm talking to people, I usually say, we help people get started in crypto the right way, which is safely and confidently so you can
Mm,
be profitable.
mm,
And, there's all kinds of questions out there. Primarily it's because, it's not tangible like most assets. But so I relate it to things that people understand, some of
hmm.
the .com similarities, how networks work. So that's, I go down those paths where you can relate to people more easily.
Okay. What is the number one objection with crypto that you see?
Right? Yeah, usually it's like, well, what gives it its value? And I usually answer that with a question. And I say, well, what gives Google and Facebook its value fundamentally? Do you have any
Mm,
guesses?
the people.
You nailed it. It is. It's the people, it's us, the users, because Facebook and Google would have no value because I mean we get all of that for free, right? So in effect, we're the product.
Mm,
So they take our data, our interactions, our clicks, and then they build a profile and resell that information and cut
mhm.
us out of that.
Okay. So the people are what make crypto valuable.
Yeah, because we decide that it's just an exchange of value. So in this case, we'll keep it simple with Bitcoin. There's 500 million users that say they'd rather exchange their depreciating dollar or becoming more worthless dollar for a more scarce asset, an appreciating asset. Yes, it's volatile, but we know over time that asset can be worth more because more and more people are using the network, exchanging their fiat money and transacting, buying things, and creating value.
So do you, as a crypto expert, do you see crypto stabilizing?
Yes, but we need, so numbers wise, you could, we'll use round numbers. The equity markets, stock markets are about 100 trillion. Globally, real estate's about 100 trillion. Currently, crypto is about 4 trillion. And then another thing too that some people, especially on with your demographic for your audience, foreign exchange or Forex does 6 trillion a day just in volume. So in relation to other large asset classes, those are less volatile because they have massive amounts of capital in those industries.
Hmm.
And crypto's at only 4 trillion. So, and Bitcoin makes up a little over 2 trillion of that. So, even though we may see a $10,000 a day fluctuation in Bitcoin price, it's worth about 120,000 right now. Their percentage wise is very small. So, you know, percentage wise, yes, but over time, if you they call it zoom out, it's constantly up and to the right as far as the chart or the graph of the value of Bitcoin.
Mm.
And the rest of the crypto market, yes, a lot more volatile. And 95 plus percent of crypto is pretty much worthless. So, and this is now where we're getting to the point, primarily because America as a leader and like him or not, the Trump administration, the leadership that he chose, is setting up our regulations, the policies for a new monetary system. And it's very important. And it was neat and very strategic and smart that he led with stable coins, which are pegged to the US dollar. And those stable coins need to be backed by US bonds. I'll just kind of generalize in that sense. But there is value backing the stable coins. So we're transitioning from a petrodollar, which most of us are used to, into basically a digital dollar without becoming a central bank digital currency, which Trump also said no way to. That is should be finalized when Senate gets back into office after their summer recess. But that's coming as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for educating us. The general public doesn't know these things, so I appreciate it. I learn so much every time I do these interviews, and that's part of it. It's like I love learning. Let's learn about a topic that we're really not taught about. So here we are, the financial masterclass of Wealthy Mind. Love it. So,
And I'll give kudos to you. I mean, 90% of crypto is men. And it's also male dominant in other
mm,
financial matters, right? So thank you for your leadership as a person and a woman on
mm,
this topic.
yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I think you're the first person to thank me in that way. So,
You
uh,
bet.
yeah, the financial realm is heavily on the male side, but that's okay. Most of my clients are men. Yes, I work with women, but most of them are men. So I love men.
Mm.
I love it. I
Good.
support men. So yeah, we're good on that front. So thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Um, it was, honestly, my Wealthy Mind partner, he was like, we should start a podcast. I'm like, cool. He's like, let's stick with the Wealthy Mind name. I'm like, cool, I'll adjust. And then I figured it out.
Absolutely.
It's like,
That's great.
how do I create a podcast that works for my business, but also works to honor the Wealthy
Mm.
Mind name? So I had a little bit of growing pains in the very beginning, but here we are. I've hit my stride, so we're good now.
Love it.
Yeah. So what what about crypto are you confident about? Like what makes you so confident as you move forward and you help your clients invest or educate them or you help businesses grow with crypto? Like what makes you confident?
Well, so my background, my schooling was electronic engineering, so I was very much a techie. And during college, back in the 90s, I felt like Alex P. Keaton walking around with the business section.
Hmm.
And I was this was the beginning of the internet days in a way, for mass adoption, let's put it that way. And then my dad actually passed away when I was 23, and seven of us kids luckily had a little bit of life insurance. And we didn't get a lot because seven kids. And
Hmm.
anyway, it was in 98. So I wanted to honor him, and I invested half of that in the dot coms and did very well. But I enjoyed it so much that I decided to get licensed in 2001. And I did that for 17 years. So I take a lot of my fundamentals of financial planning and apply that to my own crypto portfolio
Hmm.
investing strategy. And I share a lot of that to my with my clients. And from there, I help them focus on utility, meaning what companies, projects, cryptos will be around in the next 5, 10, 20 years,
Hmm.
or have a good chance of doing that, uh, as opposed to meme coins or uh, shit coins, they get called. Altcoins is another one. It's so, I'm very strategic in my methodology on, how to analyze different coins that I want to add to my own portfolio, and then we create a mock portfolio for our members and clients, and kind of organize that in an easy to understand situation. And then the other part where, so I'm not licensed anymore. So the only advice that I give is best practices. Going back to we can help you get started safely. So it's best practices for safekeeping, protection, organization, things like that. So
So let me
the
get this straight. So you were a licensed financial planner,
correct.
and now you no longer have the license, but you still have the
Hmm.
wisdom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hmm.
Just make sure we're clear.
Just to be clear,
Right. And in no way, shape, or form are we going to give investing advice today. That is a
correct.
big no-no. So,
Agreed.
yes, thank you for letting us know what makes you confident and telling us, not just me, but telling us that you were a licensed financial planner gives me more confidence in your approach. You're not just a fly-by-night crypto guy that's like, hey, let me spend your money. You actually have
Exactly
financial
right.
strategies behind it.
Exactly. And we publish a lot of those stories, and we are working on scaling right now. It's one of the reasons why we're talking to SDR Ventures. And we attract a lot of high-end people, some leaders. We get a lot of the stories first, not that it's inside information, but uh, we get a lot of referrals for the stories or people looking for other trusted service providers within the industry.
Mm.
So we've built quite a powerful network of people uh, in the industry, peers, trusted sources, things like that.
So is your magazine a way that builds trust with your potential clients?
Yeah, I think so. Credibility first and foremost, and then trust. I mean, obviously, I want this to be around 5, 10, 20 years. So we're going to do everything we can to protect our reputation, compliance, journalistic integrity. So all of those things matter to me.
Okay. I'm coming at you as a skeptic because the
Hmm.
audience is skeptical too, right? So I want to
Hmm.
make sure that I'm asking the questions that are digging deeper and pulling out the information that's going to help them take a breath and say, you know what, Charlie might be somebody I can trust to help me figure this crypto thing out.
And then what was the question?
Oh, it's a statement of
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we
Well,
want to make
thank you for
sure
that.
that
Yeah.
the audience can see themselves trusting you.
That's what I've built this for. Absolutely.
So, what else lends credibility to your business? You've got the magazine, you had 17 years of being a financial planner. What else?
I think being in the public really helps, and the referrals that we get, um, we'll have some haters along the way. I think anyone that's putting in themselves out there enough, definitely, and obviously through
I relate.
social, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Um, the review systems through Google, other social channels. I haven't been good about that, but when I
Hmm.
see one pop up, I'm like, oh, that was so nice. I mean, isn't that the best when that happens? And those are things that we're going to work on more as we scale as well. But yeah, the trust factor just comes over time, and people want to see that you're focused and not jumping from one opportunity to the next.
Hmm.
And I don't do other weird things. I do this full time. So, I think it's important to show professionalism. So I think all those kind of help check the box for people.
That's good. So, there's a general fear of money just floating around out there naturally with a lot of people. Um, I feel like that fear increases when people are approaching the crypto space. What can you say to them to help diffuse that fear?
Yeah, I think it's become less of an issue since we have more certainty. I think part of the problem was we had a lot of uncertainty in the past, And
Mm,
now that we have the framework, the regulations in place for an industry to move forward, and now because of that, we're attracting institutional money. We're attracting strategic Bitcoin, strategic crypto reserves,
mm,
not only on corporate balance sheets, but also government balance sheets. So that, I think, gives trust to the people. And that obviously makes the news. So now I'm getting more phone calls just from my Google listing,
mm.
and getting some weird inquiries too from like, if they always say, what are the signs that you look for when it's the top of the market? And usually when everyone's coming out of the woodwork. So it's barely starting. Um, like I got a call today from someone who has a higher end position within Southwest Airlines and found me literally on Google. And he's like, "Hey, I've been messing around with Coinbase. I know I need to take this more seriously, and I wanted to hire someone."
Mm.
So it's like, "Oh, that's cool."
Kudos to you. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Okay. That's a good name to throw around. I like it.
Hmm.
So, thank you for letting us know that the crypto space is now regulated and there's some structure to it,
Hmm.
which
Getting
helps
there,
us
yes.
helps us trust it a little bit more. All right. So, the next question I have for you, you touched on it just briefly. It's becoming part of the corporate portfolios. So that leads me to the business question. How do businesses use crypto to stabilize the company or grow the company? How's that used in business?
So the one thing is we'll start seeing businesses accept crypto as payment. So there's some benefits to that. A lot of businesses have a global clientele, right? So
Hmm.
doing currency conversions or waiting to get paid cross-border sometimes takes days, or it's expensive. So with crypto, you can transfer crypto, I'll just say, or you can transfer a payment within seconds and it settles within seconds. So you know that you've received that amount in full. It is reversible. So, talking about scammers, that's why scammers use it because it's final.
Mm,
And then for cross-border, you save a lot on fees. So it's has those two things. And then for businesses also, there's plenty of businesses who don't really care about a coin or having their own crypto, but they see the blockchain technology as a solution to how they can scale in more efficient manner, quicker,
mm.
have more ideas that they can create to create more revenue sources, open up other doors to other clients or businesses around the world that they can collaborate with or
Mm.
build other um, entities, I'll call it. So,
So before we go down the blockchain technology rabbit hole, there's a question that I have about businesses using the cryptocurrency. It's easier, it's quicker, it's faster. And then how do they convert it to dollars?
yeah, so most of the top cryptos are or have liquidity and are easily exchangeable to a stable coin, which is pegged or backed by US dollars. So, and for my clients, business and personal, I teach them about liquidity and, they want to either be able to buy stuff or they want to be able to take
Hmm.
that profit or payment and convert it to their dollars.
Yeah,
So
I'm just thinking of like that's a
yeah,
general question. It might be somewhat in your head a stupid question, but I'm pretending like I know nothing. So
it is common. It is a common
how like
question.
for me, if I'm thinking about, okay, I just did this big deal with another person, another business in another country, boom, we use crypto. Okay. Now I have to pay my employees. I need dollars. How do we convert it as quickly
Yeah,
as possible? So that's just, it was just top of mind for me. That's my business brain kicking in.
it's very much a concern. Absolutely.
Hmm. So you help people address that, of course, in your private conversations.
Yeah, it's first, especially business conversations. But yeah, for
Okay.
even for people, they want to know that they can buy stuff online and it'll show up on their doorstep still.
Mm, very true. So if you guys are curious about learning more of converting crypto to dollars so that you can use it to buy stuff and spend or pay your employees, that is a private conversation that you should have with Charlie, and I encourage you to do so. He's always open to having those conversations with people. So let's go to blockchain technology. Now that piqued my interest. So what is blockchain technology and how is it used to scale a company?
All right, so I'm going to talk techie to you for a minute.
Bring it on.
And
Education time. Let's go.
hmm So, and I'll try to relate it to some things that people can understand, especially in the finance world. So, think of blockchain as another set of rails on the internet, and it's basically was designed with how the internet we were hoping was going to be, but hey, all the capitalists and the business owners, innovators got into it, and now we have all these applications, right? Beyond email. So the same parallel is kind of happening now with blockchain. And to describe that, the technical term of it is distributed ledger technology, or DLT. So it is literally a digital ledger of debits and credits, but now all of us as users have
Mm,
access to that and we can witness those transactions. So it is private. So we're all like an email address on there, but we have a wallet address.
okay.
And just like email, you can send and receive email, you can send and receive crypto. But blockchain uses cryptographic coding or technology to protect those transactions, make sure there's no double spend. So once you record that transaction on the ledger, it's on the blockchain on servers all around the world. So if you try to hack it on one machine, you have to change it on all of them.
Mhm.
So it's a decentralized ledger, basically.
So how does a business use that technology?
So if you think about it from data, so everything on the internet is data. It's ones and zeros.
Hmm.
And so one of the use cases is crypto. So if you think about it from the data point of view and how data um, is basically ubiquitous, right? I mean, it's in everything that we do. And some people want to record it, some people put value to it. But what if you could validate that data and say, hey, this is from the source. We can use this as evidence. We can create more value because we know the provenance of that data. And now, like, there's companies like Snowflake who basically are a data marketplace. And, some of that they get from Google and Facebook, but there's data like created in a ridiculous fashion. And a lot of that can be valuable. So it's multiple use cases. And I guess some applications for blockchain technology beyond that is building infrastructure that allows some of the other benefits I mentioned, global. but now you can create business models that where you can incentivize your user base, your customer base to engage, and you can now record that through the blockchain and reward them for interactions or referrals or there's all kinds of neat use cases. And I say that crypto rewards creativity. So, just as long as you have access to a good developer, you can create a lot of things that at one point was never, possible. And going back to what I related with the internet, now we're getting all these applications on the blockchain to make it more useful.
Hmm. Okay. So some of you guys might be getting this and some may not be. So how do you explain blockchain technology to a child that's 5 years old?
It's okay. It's interesting that you bring that up too, because are you a Star Wars fan?
A little bit.
Okay, so what do you happen to remember what the money is called in Star Wars?
No.
It's credits.
Credits.
Yep. So and then the most recent Star Wars series that's on Disney Plus. I'm spacing the name of it at the moment, but it's basically like Goonies for Star Wars. And one of the scenes was the kids in class learning database and ledger technology
Hmm.
in school. And
So
they
I
were
need to go
probably
watch
10
the
years old.
show. Note to self. I have Disney Plus.
Right?
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah. And kids probably won't understand the blockchain side of things other than saying it's a different set of rails on the internet. Or um, you can transfer money uh, to each other like Venmo. And I'll use things like that. It's like, oh, it's like Venmo on the internet or, on the blockchain, basically.
Yeah, when you can explain it to a 5-year-old, we need to have another interview.
Hmm. I
So
don't
let
know if
me
there's
know.
any 5-year-olds that are using Venmo yet, but yeah, I did run that through ChatGPT, I think a little over a year ago. So I'll have to see if I can dig that up if it's still relevant.
Yeah, let me know because I love simplifying information. And if you can
Hmm.
simplify it to that point and refine it to that point, we're going to have another interview. So, yep, challenge, gauntlet thrown. Let's go.
There you
Uh,
go.
now, I do have a lingering question for the business owners. So, does it help with managing the budget? Does it help with the blockchain type technology? Can it help with your financial systems
Yeah, in
that are
in a
dollar
way,
based? Can it help with
right.
financial systems that are dollar based?
Yeah, because I mean, just like in our banking system, we have applications for bookkeeping and things like that.
Hmm.
So and this could be opportunities for your audience. There aren't fully working software applications or tools that we have to do that yet.
Okay.
Um, but the benefit of blockchain and your wallet data is you have the full transaction history, so you can easily output that into some software. So, for
Mm.
example, when you have to do your IRS reporting, you can export those transactions into software and then it puts it into the IRS forms and things like that. So that day's coming and there's a lot of opportunity there.
All right. Well, challenge thrown to the audience.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, we're all learning. This is a part of, we're all still learning. We're all still figuring out this crypto thing. So thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for sharing with us why we can trust you to help guide us in this direction, but also the things that you don't fully understand yet yourself. Like it's still evolving. So I really appreciate your transparency and your honesty and the openness that helps us trust you more, which is incredible. If you were like, I know everything, here's all the answers, my audience would be like, bullshit.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So thank you for being authentic. I really, really, really appreciate that. And that's what I look for. when I'm looking at my network and, having strategic partnerships within my network is, can I trust this person? Do they show up authentically? Are they honest with the things that they know and the things that they don't know? So, um, thank you for being somebody that I am looking forward to building more of a professional relationship with.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and I appreciate the kind words.
And I'm gonna go figure out what that show is on Disney Plus and watch it because I'm like, I want
I
to be,
know it's
I
right
want
on the
it
tip of my tongue.
explained. I'll find it.
Hmm.
Like, it can't be
Yeah.
hard.
No.
So, thank you for this the lovely education and conversation and thought provoking. It's very, very thought provoking. So, I hope it's done that for the audience as well. Um, how can they get in touch with you? One way, website, is that the best?
Yeah, goosemag.com,
Okay.
short for Goose Magazine.
Cool. So goosemag.com, you guys, you heard it here. Reach out to him if you want to get in touch with him and learn more. Um, and just take out the question marks and take out the fear. We need to remove the fear that we have around money and or crypto. So sit with an expert and do that. Like, please, that's my challenge to the audience today. And then you'll make better decisions and you'll be less fearful, which means you'll be a better human being. So please do that too.
We're all going to make a lot of money in crypto just as long as you don't screw up.
Hey, there you go. So have a guide, right? I mean, it's important to have the right advisors and the right roles as we move forward and build our empires. So thank you for stepping forward and being a leader in your space. I appreciate that. And any closing remark that you have for the audience before we go?
Yeah, I think I just said it. It's an asset class now that new administration said it, he wants to be included in IRAs, 401ks, now as proof of reserves for qualifying for a mortgage. So it's here to stay, and technology happens with or without us. So this is one of those that will be worth your time to learn, or if you have the money, hire someone to save you that time
Mhm.
and keep you safe.
Very nice. Well, thank you, Charlie, for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Misty.
All right, you guys, you heard it here. Crypto's here to stay, so get used to it. Yep. So have a wonderful, wonderful week, month, whatever it is that you're facing moving forward. You've got this. And I just really feel like you guys need to hear that. So I'm going to say it again. You've got this. You'll figure it out. The scary times will pass. And until next time, we will see you soon. Thank you for tuning in to the Wealthy Mind podcast. Please be sure to download the Wealthy Mind app today and make sure to support your local Dress for Success.